Good morning to all for our Northeast Tennessee, Virginia Home Consortium Board meeting. Christina, can we do a roll call?
Yes. Let me get to that. Chairman Chad King.
Here.
Sherry Green is absent today. Amber Torbett.
Here.
Thank you. Ellen Tolton.
Here.
Stephen Freeman.
Here.
Jessica McMurray.
Here.
And Mayor Wells.
Here.
Thank you.
All right. Now, can you go for us with the necessity for conducting electronic meeting, Christina, please?
Yeah, of course. Governor Lee's Executive Order number 16, which has been extended through April 28, 2021 by Executive Order number 78, suspended the provisions of the Open Meetings Act to the extent necessary to allow governing bodies to conduct their essential business by electronic means, rather than being required to gather a quorum of members physically in the same location. One condition of the meeting electronically is that if a member of, well, that should say Home Consortium, I'm sorry guys, it says CDAC, or staff is attending by audio only, they are asked to identify themselves by name and position when they speak. In order to proceed with the meeting electronically, the governing body should make a determination that meeting electronically is necessary to protect the health, safety, and welfare of Tennesseans in light of the COVID-19 outbreak. At this time, it would be appropriate for the members to discuss whether they believe that meeting electronically is necessary and vote accordingly. If the members do not agree that meeting electronically is appropriate at this time, then this meeting should be adjourned until such time as the members can meet in person.
Okay, any discussion on conducting our meeting electronically? If none, if no one objects, then we'll need a motion and a second, and then a roll call vote.
I make a motion to have this meeting electronically.
I second it.
This is Ellen with Bristol.
Thank you. Okay. Chairman Chad King.
Yes.
Sherry Green absent. Amber Torbett.
Yes.
Thank you. Ellen Tolton.
Yes.
Stephen Freeman.
Yes.
Jessica McMurray.
Yes.
And Mayor Wells.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, next on our agenda is the approval of minutes from our January 12th meeting. Are there any corrections that need to be made to those minutes? Having heard of none, we would need a motion and a second to vote on those minutes.
I make that motion to approve.
Thank you, Amber.
I'll second.
Thank you, Stephen. Chairman Chad King.
Yes.
Sherry Green absent. Amber Torbett.
Yes.
Ellen Tolton.
Yes.
Stephen Freeman.
Yes.
Jessica McMurray.
Yes.
And Mayor Wells.
I was not present. I had a death in the family.
Okay. Okay. Still good, Chad.
Next on our agenda is Bill and Renee with the First Tennessee Development District status of projects.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We are beginning to make some progress and been working closely with Christina on several projects. And so I'm going to turn it over to Renee and let her give the presentation this morning.
Okay. As for homeownership, we have completed one homeownership in Sullivan County, and then we've received 2 payoffs within Sullivan County. These are ones that were granted in previous years. And then we have 1 pending payoff in Johnson City. So those funds will be added back to the homeownership category once those are concluded. For the rehab and reconstructions, we have completed the rehab in Bluff City. So the current balance that is shown for that category for Bluff City is what is available for upcoming projects. Johnson City, we've got 2 projects going right now. One of them is a reconstruction, and we have had the demo inspection completed on that. And last time I talked with the contractor, they were working on the footers. And then a rehab, which we had the 50% inspection completed on that, which we've already submitted a request for payment. And I believe it's in the final process of the final inspection. So that one should be concluded shortly as well. We've got several, we just last week signed a reconstruction with the Bristol, Virginia project that we have going on, and one of the Washington County projects that we have. We've got several coming up for the next round of bid outs. We're hoping to have that around the last week in April or first week in May. There will be several rehabs on that, and possibly 2 reconstructions on that one as well. And then we're also looking down the list for the next round of projects to do environmental reviews on to get those started. So with regards to the Chodo partner projects right now, Eastern 8 has signed agreements with the contractor to start construction on theirs on Maxwell Avenue in Kingsport. And then with the People Inc. project, we've been working on the environmental assessment for that project, and it wasn't quite narrowed down yet as to whether it would have been a duplex or a single family residential unit. Because of after rehab value limits, it looks like the numbers are going to work for the single family residential unit. They really wanted to try to do duplex, but the total project costs were going to come back in substantially higher than what the after rehab value limits are. So that amount of funding will be we'll be looking at the subsidy limit for a 3-bedroom home, which is $149,761 for that project. We were trying to get the environmental assessment concluded by the end of April. I think their 60-day deadline was April 25th. I have advised them that we still have a few remaining consultation requests left. So I'm not sure if we will get that done by April 25th, but they are aware of that. So, and they're making arrangements accordingly with regards to purchase of the lot. I told them I would keep them up to date as we get closer to being finished with regards to any anticipated problems with the environmental assessment. So, and I think that's.
I have a question.
Okay.
You said that on the property on Railroad Street that you still needed $20-some thousand in order that you would be able to do that project. Is
Yes.
that still the same?
Well, in speaking with that applicant, it was determined, our construction manager determined that would probably need to be a reconstruction. In speaking with the applicant, she really does not want the house reconstructed. So she has been in contact with ASP, and they were hoping to have a round of volunteers this summer. They said she was on their list to do projects if they had volunteers this summer. And then she's also looking to USDA Rural Development for a loan to do some additional repairs. So she was asking us if we could come in after that work is done and do what repairs may be left to do. And we have been talking with our construction manager about that. So that is a possibility. It just depends what they can do with those other organizations to see if we could bring that in as a rehab.
Is that other stimulus money out there?
You mean from the other organizations or for what you've got in your funding?
No, what, let's see, what was the name of that? Where they were fixing roofs. I thought when we talked that, you said she really only wanted to fix a roof.
That was her main concern, was the roof. You know, our construction manager, when we look at projects, we have to bring the items up to code. So there were other items that our construction manager noted that needed to be brought up to code, and that's the reason why he was looking at it as a reconstruction. But if ASP is able to do some of the outside work, and then she utilizes the rural development loan to do additional work, the remaining work that needs to be done, it's possible it could be done as a rehab. Again, we have to work with our construction manager to see if that's going to be feasible.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
I was going to ask, what kind of updates can you tell us about material cost and labor cost, and what things look like over the next six to 12 months pertaining to that?
Mr. Chairman, that's one of the things we're going to discuss in new business as well. But yes, material costs are of course outrageous. What we're hearing is it's 108% year over year increase in a lot of the materials. A 2x4 now is over $7. And so it is really driving the cost up of our projects, not only the reconstructions, but the rehabs as well. It's just becoming very difficult to get some of these projects completed due to the fact that, you know, you've just got materials, and there's some shortages. Those are starting to subside at this point, but the cost factor is becoming an issue.
Did you say an overall increase of 108% on materials?
That's what we're hearing.
Yeah.
Year over year.
Okay, well, you can expand on it if you want later. Is there anything other that we need to discuss under the status of projects?
I don't think so. I think we're good there. If everybody else doesn't have